All right, peace, power, and protection reflections. I hope y'all staying dangerous and spiritually protected. Today, I'm coming to you all with our global Earth Watch and spiritual reflections. I want to start this video out by saying thank you for being a member of my Patreon channel. What you all do really and the support that you all give is what makes it possible for me to be able to make these videos and to bring the truth to everyone. So I want to thank you for that. And so now let's get started. The way this is going to work is I'm just going to go through my posts, some of my posts from the 25th through today. There's been a lot of activity and things that are going on. So if you guys would like to join my Telegram channel, I'm going to put some up here for you. So what you just need to do is just take a screenshot of this right here. It's a QR code, and you can join this channel so you can stay up to date with all of the news that you can use, okay? If you're into current events. All right, so let's get started, okay? Actually, we're gonna start on the 24th, you guys. So all right, you guys, so this right here is Central Java, Indonesia, and you guys, they have been undergoing a slow landslide. That's what they're calling this. I'm gonna turn the volume down so I don't get a copyright or nothing, but so they've been undergoing what they're calling a slow landslide, you guys. Whatever that means, okay? That thing getting tore up. All right, as you can see, mass evacuations have been taking place over there. The whole town is being destroyed. Buildings of worship, temples, different things like that, you guys. It's all getting re-terraformed over there. So this is something to pay a lot of attention to. You enter and understand, when you see land like this moving, that means it's some serious tectonic plate shifts that are taking place in this plane. And this is not the only time that you was getting ready to see landsliding like this, okay? So this right here is Java, Indonesia, the Tegal district, okay? They said that the disaster has damaged approximately 900 homes and destroyed road, bridges, and irrigation structures, okay? Hundreds of families were forced to leave their homes and move to evacuation centers, okay? According to the latest data, more than 700 families, over 2,200 people have been evacuated. Medical personnel are working in the refugee camps, and people are ensuring that's the security of the abandoned homes. Okay, so they're trying to secure the abandoned homes. The landslide remains active due to persistent rainfall. So let's keep on going. Then on the 24th, you also had Uba, Minas Gerais in Brazil. Look at this. Vehicles just getting swept away. Wild as fuck, right? Right. So we're gonna keep on moving. Of course, we had some people getting up on the stage, you enter and overstand, talking about different things. Reddit is being sued because they failed to keep children safe. So there's been a big movement, you guys, in the UK with holding these social media giants accountable, because there were studies that have been done that has shown that actually these websites are harmful to kids, and it actually has shown that studies that is actually affecting their brain patterns and different things like that. So this is something to really be aware of, you understand? You gotta over and understand that a lot of these things were given and technologies were given to certain people for that purpose by the Department of Defense and people like that, to monitor people and to affect them psychologically. So this is something to be aware of. All right. So another one bites the dust. Okay. All right, he attempted suicide before he got charged. So the Norwegian prime minister attempted suicide before he got charged in connection to Jeffrey Epstein. All right, so he got arrested, you guys, and charged with gross corruption tied to his close ties to Epstein. All right, and he's currently hospitalized. They charged him on the 12th. Nigga, please, Fire Lake. Fire Lake. This was London, all right? London had a water pipe burst, you guys. Heavy flood, okay? Y'all, it's getting ready to go up in a lot of places. This right here is pressure building. What did London do? What did the UK do? Well, up under the UK, there was a tunnel system. It was an etherical tunnel system that did drainage and ran off of etherical energy, free energy. And when these people got over there, some of those tunnels they filled with actual concrete. Well, they were stupid, because now all of those tunnels that was built to help remove this water, of course they went off etherical energy, are no longer there. So now everything is getting ready to come up. So get ready. It's getting ready to go down. Let's keep on going. This is more just footage out of Brazil. You enter and overstand. We already done seen them. They pretty through. So then, you guys, we had this start. So we had the Everglades fire, you guys. And I'm going to tell y'all what's straight up and what's straight up and down. These people literally, I watched these people come out here and set this fire. I literally got videos of it. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all what I'm saying. So I'm right here. This is my spiritual group. And I'll show y'all, you guys, this too. Okay. So if you want to come to the spiritual discussion, then you can do that as well. Let me see, is there a QR code for this one? Add members, I don't know. No, this doesn't have a QR code, so you would have to join the high group, which is here. Hold on, you would have to join this group. Let's see. No, they all got links. So you guys, they took the QR codes off of those. I'm not shocked. So I'll provide links for you guys so that you can join those groups if you want to. But anyway, let's go back here. So here is my post that I made. What day did I make this on? On the 25th, actually, when the fire started. You guys, for the last month or so, I've been recording in the group, them burning in the same area. They'll come about 9 o'clock a.m. and they'll start the fire. So this was on the 25th. Tribe is flat. So this is the Everglades fire. It's hundreds, it's miles and miles away from me, but I can see it. Last night, my G, there's no clouds, no smoke, no nothing. Okay, nothing is out there. They come early in the morning and they start in the fires. I'm telling you, they done been doing this for weeks. 4 weeks. And whatever they burn in the air, if you look, it's got a purplish hue to it. It'll come in the air, it'll turn purple and pink. When do forest fire smoke not look black, y'all? Dark black, like charcoal, like carbon burning. What the fuck is really going on? That's the real question people need to start asking themselves. And that is the real question that need to be asked right now, tribe, because these people is out here doing the most of the most. You enter and overstand. But let's keep on pushing it, okay? Because we gonna keep on pushing it. So then, you guys, they had a very powerful snowstorm that hit the northeastern United States. So they hit them with a damn weather modification. So it struck from the 22nd through the 23rd. It reached its peak on Monday, you guys. The states that was heavily affected was Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Jersey, as well as New York were hit the hardest, okay? The maximum snowfall was approximately 37.9 inches of snow, okay? Providence received 33 inches of snow, all right? Central Park had 20 inches of snow, all right? So it was just crazy. Over 500,000 people was reported without power, y'all. Look at this shit. That shit look like upstate New York.
This is the street off of the house I live at. The apartment. I don't even know what's what. What part is the road? What part is...
They had to park all the way over there and walk. Whew. That's crazy.
It surely is, tribe. It surely is. Now, you know it's serious if you got this going on up there, okay? Because they used to snow.
Buenos días, miren, así amaneció Long Island, Nueva York.
All right. Okay, you guys. So that's the northeastern United States getting blanketed with snow. You understand, high levels of snowfall and everything else, okay? So now they saying more than 600, so they updated it. So it was more than 600,000 homes and businesses were left without power in Massachusetts and Cape Cod. You guys, blizzard warnings were extended to from North Carolina to Maine, and also affected eastern Canada. All right. Although it eased by the 24th, the impact remains severe because they got to clear all of that stuff out. So you guys, this right here was a weather modification attack, and this is why they're doing this, you guys. Since this is a discussion where we're going to be talking about spiritual stuff as well and spiritual perspectives, you guys, I want you to mark your calendars. Look at this right here. Okay? All right, I'm going to turn it down. But on the 28th, you guys, we will have a planetary alignment, all right? 6 planets is going to gently line up. So that means that 6 of your chakras, your main chakras that's attached to these planets, is getting ready to undergo a very big cosmic upgrades. So you're going to see them start with more frequency attacks, all of the chemtrails, all of the different stuff, because they're trying to stop you from your alignment. So just remember, that's what's going on right now, and they are afraid of you ascending. So keep that in mind and mark your calendar for the 28th. Your internal calendar too, you guys. So let's keep on pushing, because we getting ready to see them get more and more wild the closer it gets to that date, okay? So let's keep on. So then we got over here in Kenya, this is Migori, you guys. You know, I put y'all up on game that Kenya is splitting in half. It's getting ready to be a new ocean that's getting ready to form in Kenya. Okay, you guys, let me turn it up a little bit so y'all can see what we're working with here. Look at this. Okay. Look how that water's moving. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit, but y'all can see, you enter and overstand, like you can see that That's wild. You enter and overstand. It's wild. Alright? So that's what's going on over in Magori. Look at the market. Okay? So that's southwestern Kenya. Heavy rains, widespread flooding that destroy infrastructure, forcing evacuation of residents. Okay, you guys, is splitting. All right, the bridge over the Migori River. All right, on Sabana-Sari Highway. All right, permanent closure. So they done permanently closed the road, a main thoroughfare. Rising waters washed away protective structures and left the bridge suspended over the river, making it dangerous to use. Pedestrians advised to use the main road bridge. Meanwhile, Magori River overflowed its banks, inundating homes, farmlands, and property in low-lying areas. Hundreds of families were forced to evacuate. Many spent the night outdoors, took refuge in schools, churches, and public buildings. Residents in coastal areas were forced to move to higher ground. So y'all, major displacement in Kenya. Let's go over to Cyprus because nature ain't missing nobody with this, okay? So this is Cyprus. You ain't overstand. They fighting a severe hailstorm, you guys. Look at their crops and stuff. Alright? So that's a severe hailstorm. But then Argentina at the same time, so this is the 23rd. So at the same time on February 23rd, you gotta go over here to Argentina and look at this. Rare tornado observed, alright, in the afternoon. Alright, hold on. Look at it. Now, Tribe, that's crazy and that's wild. You've got a double vortex right there, bro. Okay? Alright. No injuries was reported there, okay? Then on the 23rd, you guys, Ecuador got hit too by some intense, crazy rain. Look at it. Man, if you don't let that car go. Okay, so that's Ecuador. So then at the same time, on the 23rd through the 25th, we gotta go to Vanuatu, alright, and there Manaro Vui, volcano Manaro Vui, let me say it right, erupted. This was an unexpected eruption too, you guys. Okay? You got the chopper flying over it. They looking. Look how high that smoke plume going, Tribe. That pyroclastic cloud. That's what I should call it. Alright? So they raised it from alert level 3 to 5. They calling that a minor eruption. The activity accompanied gas and ash emissions and lava flows within the Lake Vui crater. Alright, a persistent ash plume was observed blowing southwestern. Okay? The danger zone is limited to a radius approximately 3 kilometers around the crater. There's no immediate threat to the entire island and no evacuation has been issued. However, the population has been advised to remain vigilant and protect water sources. Experts warn of the risk of acid rain and ashfall, which could damage crops and pollute water bodies. So they going through that. They telling them don't evacuate, y'all. Now pay attention. We're going to look and see what happens with that. Now, you got Chile, you guys, Atacama, all right? In the Atacama Desert, let's just be clear where we at. one of the driest deserts in the world. They had a rare heavy rains occurred, all right, triggering a state of emergency, you guys. Look at this water. That's a waterfall in the desert. One of the driest deserts on earth. Just pay attention, because it wasn't always desert, tribe. It wasn't always desert. All right. So hold on, that might be a landslide right there. Yeah, that's just how the land is sliding and stuff. Look at this. They on the train. All right, so serious situation there, you guys. All right, approximately 240 people were injured. 60 people were placed in temporary shelters. Flooding damaged roads, mudslides was reported. Water and power outages, of course. They had to close the C-17 highway. So they issued a yellow alert, all right, and conducting evacuations. We just went through that. We just showed you that Big Cypress Creek is burning, okay?
This wildfire burning near Alligator Alley has exploded in size. It went from 5,000 acres yesterday to 25,000 acres today. It's in the Big Cypress Preserve. You can see basically smoke from space. Ann Francis was driving along Alligator Alley today, took this video and took some pictures, and you can see it's backing right up to I-75 there. This is showing the smoke blowing off towards the south, but the winds are going to actually turn around, I think, a little bit tomorrow. That would be Wednesday into Thursday, and blow from the south to the north, so the smoke will go a little bit more towards the north. You can see it from space there with all that smoke. Those are the winds shifting. Let's see how much they can get it contained.
All right, so you entering overstand, and you can definitely see the smoke on the horizon there. So we had some reckless driving incidents and stuff occurring because they chemtrailing and these people getting more chaotic. Look at this. It's in India. Like, something is really wrong with people, you guys. We even had a really bad accident here in Boynton Beach this morning. A guy ran over the median. That's crazy. But you think that's crazy. He ain't the only one to do something crazy, you guys. So then in California, you guys, they just gangs, just people acting crazy. It's chemtrails. So they out here and they fighting. Where they at? They in the Justice Center, okay? A verbal dispute then turned into an altercation at the sheriff's. The sheriffs had to intervene, tasing people. This shit's crazy. You asking to go to jail. You in the courthouse fighting. These people, them chemtrails got them going wild. Look at this. This in Redlands, California. Watch this. Watch this shit, y'all. This shit was crazy as hell. I mean, crazy. That person flew over there. Then they shoot. Alright. Do y'all remember that radiation fog that they hit them people with California with? Now, we gotta come over here to Florida. We had some crazy shit happen. 3 adults and 1 juvenile got injured in gunfire over here on the 25th, you understand? From a street takeover in Jacksonville Beach. Look at this. Look at the kids running.
Oh my god. Kids are running. Cops are everywhere.
You know, it's just getting serious all over the world. You enter and overstand. We just looked at 3 different areas, trying all them people crazy right now. Let's keep on going because we could stay here in America. This right here at Whataburger. You understand? A manager, guy tried to assault the manager. That's wild as fuck. He's drunk. So that's wild. You understand? The officers found him in the back parking lot with injuries to his head. He was treated and booked to jail. Then when he got to jail, he said another water thing or flooded his cell. So something mentally is off with that person. That's a walk-in. You enter and overstand. That's a fatal mental health crisis last week, you guys, where the police had to actually shoot a suspect. So they said, let's see. Damn. That's crazy. They said initial attempts to speak through the open door fails. Officers initially entered but retreated after concerned about boiling water being thrown. Officers re-entered. Walker tried to close the door while his son restrained him, leading to a physical altercation. He then pulled a knife from his waistband and lunged at an officer, prompting him to get shot. He was rushed to the hospital and pronounced deceased. That shit's crazy. Okay? Then you had a sanitation worker in Ohio get the shock of their motherfucking life when a bitch pop out the trash can on them that was trying to run from the law. Shit. Alright, so we had that. You understand? Then in Russia, suicide bomber. You understand? I think one person, one police officer got killed. Okay? So, alright. So, there was an explosive device carried by a 22-year-old man who had recently traveled to Moscow from St. Petersburg. So, like I said, people get more crazy. Then Thailand, you understand, they going through massive landslide, mudslides, all kind of re-terraforming and stuff. And then they had a massive explosion that rocked their border patrol command center. Look at this. You remember they was telling all them black people to go over there to Thailand, move over there, your rent was $200, blah, 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 blah. Nigga, okay. What? What? If you take a look at what's to happen in Thailand the last 6 months, earthquakes, landslides, monsoons, or whatever they get, and you tie that in with all the human trafficking and shit that go down over there, and sex trafficking of children, you can over and understand why the great mother got her foot on their whole neck. That place is through. Alright. So NYPD officers got pelted with snowballs and profanities in New York. You know, the big snowstorm. Everybody just need to, taking it stride. At least they pelting them with snowballs and not something else. You understand? Florida, they were at the carnival in brawling. He done slapped that girl. The officer. I don't even see a brawl. I just seen somebody get slammed. I don't know what's going on there, y'all, but that's the it looked like the Miami Carnival. You understand? I don't do that shit. You understand? I don't go to that shit for reasons like that. Turkey F-16 crashed. Alright, so the military planes continue to fall out the air. So, you know, be vigilant. Be vigilant, you understand? Because if these planes falling out the air, what chance do them passenger planes got if they malfunction? Very little, okay? Because these planes right here, but one of these planes to fall is many different security controls and all kind of shit they got on these, because these planes is millions and millions of dollars. If that shit falling out the air like this, you ain't understand? Man, only a matter of time, y'all. Only a matter of time. Alright. So then, you guys, we had some wonderful activity. Pyramid of Giza showing an insane solar halo. Look at that. Ashe. Y'all, the gates is opening up, tribe. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat, but the gates is opening up, y'all. If you are a cosmic being right now, enter and overstand, your gates is opening up too. That's a sigil that I made that, you know, it's a gatekeeper sigil, and it's right in line with the pyramids because it's simulating the energy that the pyramids radiate. So we got some wonderful stuff happening on a cosmic level, y'all. So don't be distracted. You enter and overstand. It's gonna get crazier, but enter and overstand. In the end, we still win. So here goes some more Epstein shit. You understand? Suspicious payments. You understand? Possibly linked to illicit narcotics. So it's just more and more information coming out about these people and these parties where they was hunting melanated people and stuff and skinning babies and eating them and drinking baby blood and stuff. Like, y'all, it's really bad with these people. It's really bad. Alright. That's the U.S. men's hockey team. We don't really care. You enter and overstand. We don't really care. Let's keep on looking. Look at Stephen Hawking right here talking about he a genius, but where he at? Up there on Epstein's island, though. Right? Okay, let's keep on going. Then we got India over here hugging Netanyahu on the on the red carpet, y'all. India, you through. India, you through. Ain't nothing else more to say. I already told India they was through. Israel, they've been using them scientists over in India to do black budget research on the whole entire globe. Okay, they ran all of these studies, all of these black budget studies that been getting ran out of India since the last 10 to 15 years. Okay, I done had plenty of companies get shut down because they was actually running studies out of India or whatever, and them Indian people was dishonest and was lying about the studies and the numbers and stuff. And then they went to phase 2 of the clinical trial somewhere in England or the UK and saw that the drugs really wasn't effective or whatever, and them Indians was just lying. Those people will do anything for money, and I know this for facts, and that's why they hand in hand with Israel, because Israel is some of the biggest biological terrorists on this earth, and they right there hand in hand with them, helping them kill everybody with melanin. Okay, you better pay attention. That's why I struck their ass. We gonna keep on moving. Look at this clown ass motherfucker right here talking about he made a huge mistake. Bitch, no you didn't. We know what you did. Okay? Him and Epstein, that black budget research, that COVID-19, that Moderna shit was to decrease melanated populations and kill us, y'all. Wake up. Fuck him. Let the fire lake burn his ass from here to the crystal blue. Alright? Speaking of fire lakes, here go another one. Extended in the hospital. It's only a matter of time. You understand? Norway's King Harold V. King of what? Fuck them. Excuse me, y'all. But let's keep on going. You understand? Because his day's done anyway. So we ain't even gotta waste no whole lot of time. Because we got a lot to get through. So my naga, we gonna go back over here to Bali, Indonesia. Okay? Let's talk about it. They got pythons, my naga. Look at the python, my naga. Just swimming. Little nagas. Look at the little nagas just swimming. You ain't understand. Then look at these people, what they doing to them. Look. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. The snake is trying to get away from her, okay? They want you to fear the python. The python trying to get away from her because her inorganic ass want to eat the snake. Okay? This the type of people that's over there getting water washed. Okay? The Great Mother don't make no mistakes. Just know this. Alright? So huge pythons. It's been raining nonstop for the last 3 days. Residents of the beach are being evacuated. Alright? Then we got Fuckers beaches got flooded with some type of oil. So it really is fuck it. You understand over there. Not even trying to be funny, but goddamn. So they getting poisoned with oil. So vacationers over there in oil slicks. Like, shit's crazy. That's crazy and wild. You go all the way on vacation just to get toxified still on the beach by oil tanker, because these people letting off oil in the ocean to try to stop the rise of the planet. Let's keep pushing, y'all. Omaha, Nebraska. Sinkhole just opened up on these people and just ate the cars in. Look at that. Okay? Mud volcano in Colombia. Colombia this last week, they've been going through catastrophic flooding, alright? All up through there, South America. Y'all done seen some of it. Now Colombia this week, mud volcano. Look at that. I got some more footage of that on down, bruh. They got big ass cracks because of that. So what else we got going on? So on the 28th, remember we got the planetary alignment with the 6 planets. Then on the 3rd, okay, this really tell you that we ourselves is doing something. We getting ready to have a total lunar eclipse. Alright. March 3rd, visible from Eastern Asia to the Western Americas, you guys. So it's going to occur at 11:33. Look at the time. UTC, March 3rd, 2026, for 58 minutes. Excuse me. And they saying 19 seconds with full visibility in East Asia, Australia, and the Pacific region in Western North America. Let me tell you right now, every place that total lunar eclipse hit is getting ready to go in a very fast fashion. That would be California area. That would be Australia, which is already underwater. And we done been looking at Eastern Asia. And we done been looking at the Southeastern Pacific. Bro, they is done. Who else done? Japan done. Alright, birth rates done fell for the 10th straight year. It's over for them. Don't even matter if y'all do mate with melanated men. Genetics dead. Let's keep on going. They put this little monkey in the news. This is little Punch or whatever. I don't know what's going on with this monkey, what type of modification they done to it, or I don't know what's going on with this monkey, but something about this monkey is different from the other monkeys in the thing, because the other monkeys in the group shun this monkey and really don't want to be around it. So it's something going on that they done with this monkey. I'm telling you facts. Alright, so the president of the World Economic Forum had to bite the dust because what? Ties to Epstein. Alright? So let's just keep in mind the players that's falling. You enter and overstand your president trying to distract you because he one of the top players in that. Alright? That's just some more footage of the mud volcano in Colombia that went off. But let me see. Like, look at this. This is what I wanted to show y'all. You see that crack? Woo! Boy, they threw. Ooh! Here go Brazil. On the 25th, they threw, y'all. I ain't bullshitting. I promise you.
Você Hermes, deu ruim de novo. Olha aqui.
Man, massive flood in Juiz de Fora, Minas Gerais, Brazil. That was on the 25th. I saw the 24th through the 25th. And nigga, look at this. It's still raining. All right. All right. So then, y'all, we had an incident in Cuba. Some go fast boat went into Cuba's waters and started shooting, is what the Cubans say. And the Cubans open up fire on that motherfucker, killing 4, injuring 6. You understand? And they said that it was terrorists on the boat, so they digging in. You enter and overstand. So we gonna see what's happening, because Mark Rubio, you know, he beating his chest. So let's see what happened. You understand? Because you know this administration talk a lot of shit, but when it comes time to back it up, they be backing it up. Okay? Not really. All right. And so here we go again. Canlaon volcano in the Philippines, 2.5 kilometers in the air. So it done went off. This was on the 25th as well. So y'all just think about it. We got huge volcanoes is going off. That's 3 in the last week. Heavily populated areas, sending ash plumes high into the sky. In the middle of February, y'all. The end of February. Let's not forget that. We in February with this type of stuff happening. All right, so this is on the 24th because I was talking about Indonesia. You understand, we done been looking at muds, landslides, slow moving landslides and stuff like that caused by the heavy rains. Now this is Bali. We done showed the snakes and everything, the pythons. So y'all know it's getting serious over there. All right. This was an update about Brazil. You understand? They reported that February was the wettest on record with approximately 584 millimeters of rain. Approximately 400 people was displaced in temporary shelters. They had to suspend the public schools. In 2024, severe floods in the south of the county claimed more than 200 lives. And earlier downpours have occurred in Petropolis near Rio de Janeiro. All right, they talking about climate change. My ass, motherfucker. Y'all, look at that. That ain't got man. There's no such thing as climate change, y'all. And this is not them modifying the weather. This is Earth re-terraforming herself. Bro, when they called Orisha there, when you called Orisha there, they done show up for y'all. And they get ready to clear that out. If you know about anything about Brazil, then you enter and understand the human trafficking and stuff that's been taking place. Where you think they getting the babies and stuff from that they skinning and eating. All these places that you seeing getting washed away right now. And don't get me wrong, it's coming to America too. They saving the great mother, saving the best for last. That's just more out of Brazil, you understand. So we already know they done got mollywop. You guys, this was the 24th, Haiti, you understand. Heavy rains done hit Haiti, all right. And Cap Haitian, several neighborhoods are submerged, transportation disrupted. Eastern and southern neighborhoods of the city were also affected. Rapidly rising waters, travel restrictions, threat of flooding, so everything. So they ain't got no official information on the deaths. They don't never tell you how many people die in Haiti from nothing. Look at this. Look at the trash. My God. Look at the trash, y'all. My God. Boy, the earth gotta cleanse itself, bro.
Got it.
The pollution. Bruh, that's terrible. Just look at this. Oh my God. That's crazy. Look at all of that trash. Them people living real nasty down there, bro. And that's really, really sad to see that. You understand? Moving forward, y'all. This Fiji, all right. This Saratoga, Fiji. They had flash flooding, all right, on the 24th through the 25th.
Hello, boss. Salam alaikum. Me today, no.
All right. So listen. So you understand that's flash flood, and you understand. So more water. You understand Malaysia. You over and understand we saw the mud volcano going off on the 25th. Well, they was also getting flooded too, y'all. Look at this. Look at this. The Great Mother is not fucking around with these people. Go look in Malaysia. Go look what they did to their kids. You understand? Then you go over and understand why they getting what they get, y'all. I'm for real as hell. I'm for real as hell. You got to look where the black budget research happened at. Who helped do the crimes on humanity? Who turned their face the other way when children and babies was getting killed and skinned and stuff? Like, I'm for real as hell. You got to look at that land before it turned into Malaysia and what they did to the ethnic populations that was there to inbreed, to buck break, y'all. It's some real judgment going down. You understand? So 1,695 people from 861 families are in 5 evacuation centers. The floods impacted education. 27 schools was damaged. All right, a state of emergency done been declared. Okay, we don't know how many people done perished, but you can imagine a lot. You enter and overstand, like, for real. They ain't even telling you the numbers of people who done perished. But, bruh, look how high that water is. Look at this water. And these structures and stuff. Bro, no. So, let's keep on going. This is Greece, the 24th through the 25th. You understand? They undergoing a catastrophic, a code red has been declared due to massive flooding. So they undergoing massive flooding, y'all. Hold on, let me find no video. Look at this. Massive flooding. Farmland gone. Look over there in the distance. All you see is water. Okay, water. Alright, another place that did some dark shit. You in there and overstand, like, for real. Alright, so the Evros region of northeastern Greece is on a high level alert code red, you guys. Damn, a dam done broke, of course. Flooding farmlands and also, okay. It's dire and near a village called Pythio where the river exceeded 7 meters, so that's a lot. Water flooded the fields, railway line stations, approached residential buildings. In some places, the water reached more than 2.5 meters. That's some feet, y'all. That's a couple feet. So as we going, you guys, we can't forget about South Florida, you guys. So this is them burning massive fire in Big Cypress Reserve right now. You enter and overstand. So this is taking place now, actually. Today's the 26th. It's still going.
Yeah, I love my job. Out here on the alley, you know, with my work truck, directing traffic.
So that's what's happening there, you guys. Between 15,000 and 25,000 acres to burn. They burn in the National Preserve, y'all. If you want to know on a real level, it's temples there, you understand. And them, like I said, they're attacking the earth because there's some real big cosmic energy that's coming in here right now. We already talked about Brazil, you understand. Brazil is getting mollywopped. All right, they feeling it. They feeling it. All right, they feeling it. Landslides and stuff. All right, they feeling it. They feeling it. Yeah. Okay, they feeling it over there. All right. 47 people have died. Dozens is missing. Okay. So I already talked about Uber. You understand? And I think I already showed y'all this mud volcano on that big ass crack, my G. Shit. You enter and overstand. Witnesses reported a powerful plume of mud, gas, and flames near a water treatment plant. Firefighters extinguished the burning vegetation. The municipality is located 483 kilometers from the city of Medellin. So right there by Medellin, authorities continue to monitor the situation and urge residents to stay away from the emergency site. And on the 25th, they saying it suddenly erupted, my G. And that's what it did. It suddenly erupted. It wasn't even expected. Bitch just exploded. So, and here go Brazil. You enter and overstand. This is today into the 26th. Now we into the 26th. So, you know, death toll over there is climbing in Brazil from everything. And another storm is bringing heavy rainfall. So they under more heavy rainfall. All right. This is where I was telling y'all Cuba basically said that boat opened fire on its soldiers and they was carrying terrorists. I believe them. They telling the truth. The government, the U.S. government is sending people to other people's countries to destabilize their country and destroy their infrastructure. He telling the truth. They not fighting straight up. They fighting covert, y'all. For real. We at war. Pick it up. If you don't think we at war, the Chinese is being trained by the U.S. Air Force officers, okay? To do what? To fight the U.S.? So they planning this fight, y'all. When it happen, get the fuck out their way. Okay? Then here they go again.
I think tomorrow Steve and Jared will be there. I think they're on their way there now, actually. And
This clown. You understand? All right. They seen evidence. Y'all went over there and tried to stop them. Then shit happened. All right. And so this is basically the Middle East Spectator. You understand? I follow them because I like to hear the Iranians' perspective of what's going on in their country. You understand? And not just what everybody want to tell us. You understand? So let's see. 72% of respondents reject halting ballistic missile development even at risk of war. So they want their ballistic missiles. They want their security. 69.5% of respondents believe Iran can withstand a war with the United States. So they starting to build confidence up in their people to get ready to fight. Notice the psychological warfare. 76.5% of Iranian women believe the country has the capacity to resist compared to the men. So they got the minds of the women. So they getting ready to fight, y'all. Here's the stipulations, the list that the U.S. brought to Iran. They had some meetings, y'all, where they're trying to meet for peace. So it's a bunch of concessions, you understand? Iran must entirely dismantle or destroy its facilities at Fort al-Naz and Ashgabat. All enrichment of uranium must be transferred to the United States. That's a crazy one right there. How you gonna tell them people the uranium that they done enriched they got to give to you? That's wild as fuck. The deal should be permanent, and Iran will not be allowed to have any enrichment at all except at the Tehran research reactor. In exchange for this, the U.S. is offering us a promise of no war and limited sanction relief. So they ain't even offering no concessions for that. What's crazy about this is, do you remember when Joe Biden gave them like that $6.5 billion or whatever? They did that exchange or whatever, and all they did was took the money and funded research. You know, this is a bunch of bullshit. I'm just gonna tell y'all the truth. Because all of their nuclear weapons ain't active anyway. Nuclear, they throwing codes really about something else. And you guys, these people is all on the same side. They all sit at the same tables. They just behind closed doors make up schemes and stuff to get the masses the masses to do what they want them to do. And they want the masses depopulated, so they'll go about that agenda any kind of way they can. And what you're looking right here is just a poll. You looked at a poll earlier. I showed you that poll from these people because this is how they judge how much of the people mind that they got. You understand? In Mexico, they ain't fucking around with corruption. You understand? They said the mayor was corrupt. She tried to hold a faulty election and vote herself back in and went and snatched her. Okay, they went in there and snatched her. Okay? Snatched her down. Somebody need to do some snatching here in America and go in there and snatch some of these degenerates up out of there. You understand? For real. For real. For real. Alright, tribe. So, you know, I'm not gonna leave this just like that. So you guys, you know, I'm gonna leave this off with a spiritual reflection, because I want you all to over and understand the times we are in and what this is really about. And I hope that you all, this is a snippet from Bobby Hemmett, and it's pretty much summing up what they fear about us. And after you watch this video, I want you to pause, take a minute for yourself, take a deep breath, and we'll be back next week with another update. Alright, tribe? So I'm going to leave it off like this. Go in peace, power, and protection, reflections, and always remember to stay dangerous.
Melanin was studied by the government.
Yeah.
All the way from, we can say that the real powerhouse of that was studied from World War II on into now. A form of melanin, which was before it was called melanin, it was called occultum. And later on, melanin by Dr. Aaron Lerner in the 1950s named it melanin. Which is interesting here because they so-called have a comet coming in the fall of the year called Elenin. Elenin.
Yes.
What are they trying to say? It's Christ energy. And remember, the Christ energy is you ain't going to see no man in no robe with no sandals. The Christ is coming through you.
Right.
Now, so they studied this melanin thing, and they came to the conclusion on how melanin works. They tried to make the prototype of the melanin. And the prototype of melanin is nanotechnology. Nanotechnology, that's the prototype. They even got some stuff where they study nanomelanin. But we do, it's nanotechnology is the and what their version of it, their technological version of what they could create was nanotechnology. If you want to see how melanin works, you get the G.I. Joe movie that came out last summer. And that movie explained nanotechnology and what it can do. So apparently, what they are afraid of is when this nanotechnology unleashes in those people, those melanated people, the real nanotechnology, there is going to be an invasion that will eat the world, about like a movie called Langoliers. Anybody seen the movie Langoliers? It was a movie came out in 1995. Movie called Langoliers, and these little black dots ate up the earth. You see what I'm saying? I ate up one dimension. It's called the Langoliers. So, but you will see when you see nanotechnology in the movie G.I. Joe is what they are afraid of, and for some reason they're afraid of that coming up out of us because they do know based on all the ancient texts that this world is just going to disappear. They are afraid that it's going to be this war of destruction with this melanin rising up and doing the nanotechnology. I say that that's just their fear because they're warfare people and they always fear that. And why not? I mean, what we know we're talking about how this thing is going to go down is basically we're just going to wake up and going to be in another world. You're just going to wake up out of this dream and this dream going to be gone. Because this is only illusion anyway. And once the return of the third eye, you understand what I'm saying? At its full aspect, you don't have to have all the destruction and stuff like that. You see them all the destruction of. You're just gonna come forth by day, which is the original book, the Egyptian book of the dead, say forth by day.
Yes.
You see? So we're just gonna wake up, but that's not stopping them. But they still are showing what this melanin could do, which is in the East Indian text. Some of the East Indian Kundalini text where they say there are devices in the body that will come online and destroy everything if we were threatened. For distinction. You see, we were threatened by distinction. That is also reported in the text. It's a book called Kundalini for a New World by Gene Kiefer. What we're talking about here is finding the third eye where we're just going to wake up and have a whole new existence. So the entire Christ is the light of the world,